citric acid. This is just cheese salt. I already showed you the rennet. We've got whole milk. You have to use whole milk because the highest fat content. First part of the process is dissolving the rennet and the citric acid. And you have to dissolve them in distilled water because the chlorine content will mess up cheese if you just use regular water. Alright, so let's dissolve. Throw them back there.
You can make copies of them when you get done, so everybody can have.
You have to stir it as you're pouring the milk in. I have lost my spoon.
Does that milk have to get to?
The first time we bring it up to temperature, it's going to be 90 degrees. And I will pull it off from there, add the rennet, let it sit covered for about 5 minutes. You take a look at it. If it's not proper, you can let it set longer and it'll set up, but we'll get there.
By setting up, he means that's when we take it off the fire, it's going to be setting up the curd. Because we want to have a curd in there that we can work with. And the offshoot of the curd is whey, curds and whey. You can take that whey from the milk and you can cook with it. You could like cook maybe risotto in it. Okay.
It makes great risotto.
Great risotto. So there doesn't really need to be a whole lot of waste.
Wow.
Sorry.
So we hit 90 degrees, and I hit my head.
Yes.
So now I'm going to stir the rennet up that I had dissolved. It's a quarter of one of the tablets that came with, I'd imagine it came with the instructions or else
Yes.
predetermined weight. Now it says when you put this in here, you're stirring in an up and down motion. Still haven't figured that out, but
Yeah, I don't
do it and
understand
it
that
works.
why you have to stir it up and down motion. I think they just did that because they could.
See how many idiots will follow the directions.
That's right. You need something to cover that one?
That's the one I forgot. I only got one lid yet.
I'll get some.
I'm going to do this for about 30 seconds. Then we're going to cover it, let it sit for 2 to 5 minutes,
Thank you.
and then we'll check it, see where it's at. I'll try to describe what we're seeing in here. This water has to be 185.
What's it at?
196.
You're good? So if you want to come up here, or you can see it in the mirror, either come up here or look in the mirror, you can see the whey developing up here in this pot when he takes his lid off. It gives it a little...
See the curd? It pulls away from the edge. I can feel it when I touch it.
Yeah.
It's not quite set up enough.
Yeah, we'll give it a couple more minutes. Alrighty then.
What they say to look for is it should separate completely from the whey. When you pull at the edges, it should come away from the pan and you can see the whey float in there. So now, I'm still not sure why we do this, but it has you cut all the way to the bottom of the pan, about inch squares. The first lines are straight down all the way through. The other ones are across it at an angle through the pan. I can only imagine it's just to break up the curds so you don't stir them up. I'm really not sure why you do this.
You stir the curds up, it'll break them down so they're very, very small, and you don't want to. You want to keep them as large as possible.
I don't know if that makes sense. My curds were really small right here.
We made fresh ricotta, which is even simpler than this. We let it hang in the refrigerator overnight, let it drain, and it was over apprentice. So we used that ricotta to make the lasagna that we had. It was really good ricotta.
Alright, so you got it cut, you bring it back to the stove. Now,
Heat it to now.
we're going to heat it to 110 degrees now. And you do not want to stir fast. Just kind of want to move them around a little bit in there.
Can you guys see the curd too? It's pretty cool. It's like magic.
It doesn't take long to heat them up. Yeah, that's what I did earlier. I think I was doing this process, I was stirring a little too fast, and I broke up my curds too small. Alright, we have reached 110. So now it says you pull it off, and for about 2 to 5 more minutes, I have to slowly stir it.
Then we'll dump it in the column.
Yeah.
That's why I keep jumping up.
Okay.
Just gonna hold the colander for you.
Yeah, and this is absolutely where I screwed up earlier. I was moving this stuff too fast because I've got these big clumps in there now that
Nice.
I didn't see earlier. I lost all my curd through the giant holes in the thing that I had. Which is what I would imagine cheesecloth would come in handy.
Yeah, we should have some. Where's it all gone?
Marlene just gave me this stuff.
Okay.
No cheesecloth. And this process, it says the longer you do this, the longer you stir it slowly, it will actually make the cheese firmer. If you guys can see that in the mirror now, it's really all collected together. I'm excited because I didn't see this earlier. And I'm easily amused. Alright. The way that looks, I like it. I'm going to spoon some out at first just to be delicate.
A gallon of milk, which a gallon weighs 8 pounds. You get about 1.5 pounds, 1.75 pounds of cheese. Cool. So the rest of it's in the way. In the way. Yes.
Now comes the hot water bath. You're supposed to kind of fold it while you're doing this process, which again is why I have the gloves on. And once it starts to get stringy like this, is when you can pull it out. Start working on it.
Can I get more cups?
What's that?
I thought I only got 3 cups, I got 1.
Yeah, there's your weight in cups. You'll want to get a coffee later put on that. Okay.
I'll do that before I leave.
Okay. Or just drink it real fast.
Basically, you're pulling it. You see it start to come together. This is also the point on the process where you want to add your cheese salt, any herbs, spices you might want to put in it. Very bland cheese if you don't add any salt to it.
What are some suggested spices besides salt?
Basil, oregano,
There's a set of herbs called Herbes de Provence.
Yes, that's
It's
good.
lavender, all kinds of good stuff, and I put in there. It was really good. Unfortunately, it was made about a week ago, so the cheese was not too yummy today when I looked at it.
Chives would be simple. Black
Classically,
pepper.
you'll see them making the buffalo mozzarella. They keep folding it. They make it into balls like this. You can see it getting shinier. Already formed into a log, but as it gets shinier, that's what you're looking for. Shine will let you know it's basically done. You can cut off a piece now and try it warm if you like when you're at home. Into the water bath she goes. That will sit there for 5 minutes. We'll put it in the ice bath now. We won't wait the whole 15 minutes, I promise. She's still a little loose in the middle, but we don't have the magic of television one done, so. Christian, if you ever give a demo, this thing goes up. So.
Yeah, it goes up another foot. I don't know why you guys are torturing yourself under that mirror.
How does it go up?
Slide.
You mean just from the
I don't know, I've hit my head on it 3 or 4 times and that hasn't moved it, so.
That's not doing nothing.
Thank you, Tim. 90 days.
Okay, if you want to, you can go up there, grab a toothpick, and try the mozzarella. Go ahead. Good job, Aaron.